Hello everybody and welcome back to another yet shorter, I think shorter video than usual. I promised you that if I was finished with my watercolor I would show off my collection, and the first two are not that interesting. They're basically like practice pages, color mixing, getting a feel of like the brushes, which we did in the watercolor course that I took, so they're not that interesting. This is a mystery. I think it's just, you can tell I'm a little confused, but just I think it was supposed to be like water. And I think maybe it was like a predecessor to this painting right here, which is clear as day. It's like two koi fish, right? I guess it kind of matches with my nails a little bit. But this was the case where like I painted on it like for a very long time. And in contrast, this one was also the one that I took, made in the course, and I think I made it in like the last half hour of the course. And it turned out so good, even though I didn't have a lot of time. And so, to see the contrast between this one and the koi, even though it didn't take me a long time, it's just amazing. You can tell I'm very nice. And then we started with the ones that I think I took when we were like in like a public swimming pool, but yeah, out and about. And I took my colors with me. And the funny thing about this picture is that it kind of works both ways, because originally they're supposed to be like these hanging plants. I forgot what they're called. But then when you turn it around, it also looks like they're regular flowers. So you can turn it whatever way you want and it works. So that's kind of funny. And yeah, for the next one, it's kind of half done. You can tell I was not too excited. I didn't like the way that it looked. I don't know, it's okay, but I just didn't enjoy the way that it looked. So I didn't finish it, I think. But yeah, it's a cheetah, if you couldn't tell, but yeah, I didn't finish it. Maybe I thought I was going to finish it, but I didn't. This one is a great lesson. You can see how I'm already furious, but in impatience, because I was not very patient with this painting. It's so, you can see where I'm pointing. There's like a lot of you can almost see like I used too much water, or like I didn't let it dry enough, and so it flowed from one end to another, which can work really well, like for example in the background. But when you want some detailed features, especially in the face, it's just working against you. So yeah, this one I'm not the biggest fan of, especially the face. This one, however, turned out very nice. Also, was taken at the same place. All of these, I think, just not on the same day, but when we were going swimming or whatever, and instead of just watching TikTok or something on my phone, I decided to take up my colors, and this is another example. But this one is really good. How much it encapsulates the soul of watercolor can be debated, because there's not a lot of white shining through, but for me it is a full-on success. This one, I have conflicting feelings about this one, because it is cute, it's very pretty, but it's not as realistic as I like it, or as I'm used to. Normally I try to go for realism, and I feel like this is almost more as if you draw it up in your own art style. So it is very pretty, but it's just not what I was going for. And I remember this was during vacation, and we were sitting by the poolside, and was kind of not so exciting. This one, I don't think I pointed it out in the moment, but afterwards I realized that you can kind of see how on the left side of this, it's not a cheetah, it's not a jaguar, I'm not sure what kind of cat it is, but you can see on the left side of the face how it's kind of fuses with the green. You cannot see a clear berry, because I didn't leave enough white out, so it's kind of smushed. I think it looks better than the cheetah, but yeah. This, again, it's totally like okay, but it doesn't encapsulate like what I was going for in terms of realism, and not really like watercolor as well in terms of like, you know, it's not as see-through or as light, I think. I guess you can describe it, but it still looks cool. I think especially I'm very happy actually now that I get a closer look, like with the shading, the orange shading at the top of these jellyfish. I actually really enjoy it. It looks pretty good. But yeah, this one is one of my, I guess, favorite children of the bunch. If you can tell, it's like this military bird. I think it's a very iconic picture, like when you Google, oh no, not like military bird, girl, a secretary bird. It's a secretary bird. And I mean, yeah, I am very happy with how it turned out. Maybe I was going a little too hard on the lashes. They are very gorgeous, very fluffy. You can see here, I mean, what a sleigh for sure. Lashes on fleek, I guess. Then we have this one, and I think this is the moment where I realized that actually it's not as chronological as I thought it was. I think I messed up the order, but because this is also from Vacations, or the same day, or like around the same time when it painted like that deer. Again, you can kind of see like my impatience, especially with the eye. It's supposed to be white, but it's not white because I kind of messed up and didn't leave enough white space. Here, this is supposed to be a branch, but it's just melting with the background. And I'm also just realizing that he's basically floating. He's supposed to hold on to a branch, but I guess I didn't draw that in either. And yeah, here again, you can see like the color bleeding, especially the black one. This one, yeah, you can tell my feelings about this one. You can actually see me painting it in Artvent. I don't know what day exactly it is, but I was very upset with this one. And I think it just goes to show, you know, the whole point of watercolor is to go with lighter colors. Here with penguins, you have a lot of black, and it just created a big mess. I do not like this whatsoever. It's like the least realistic out of all of the ones that I've done. So much bleeding of color, and I think it's just the black, and it also covers it too much. Like, I really don't like this one. I'm so ashamed, but I still uploaded the video because I'm like, oh, you know, transparency, right? Like something, not everything goes right here. It's almost like a bald spot version of watercolor. Like, what is this? Yeah, not very happy with this one. But I'm gonna show you anyway because it's not about hiding anything. But yeah, I guess that this one is definitely better. Again, yeah, I mean, it's not typical, I think, for watercolor, you know, because it's supposed to be like, you know, not about like harsh or like darkness. And here, you know, you have this very obvious line art, which I all did with brushes, so that's actually kind of impressive. Those scales, I was sitting there for a while for sure. I do really like it actually, and I think it's fun because I really came up with it completely on top of my head. And I think also like the colors I were like randomly chosen. I think like I went like on a website. Here I'm just pointing out that there at the end of the tail the colors kind of bled because it's kind of like the contour line, or like, you know, the dark blue, but then it was just too much in one place. And I mean, it's obviously not perfect everywhere because like working that precise with watercolor is kind of difficult, but I think it looks really good. Pretty well. This one is very recent. I don't think it's like that long ago, maybe like a month ago that I uploaded it. It's a hummingbird. I struggled to find that word in the video. But yeah, I think in the end I actually really liked how it turned out, but I was also a little bit impatient. You know, you can see some bleeding. The flowers I'm not too happy with because I think they're not quite as vibrant as they could have been if I just you know, left out some space, like some white, instead of painting the entire background already. I think this is, again, a great lesson to see, you know, that watercolor doesn't work the same way as oil paints or acrylic paints, where you can like build up a little bit more. Here it's like you need to plan everything beforehand. Yeah, that one part of the plant is also really weird and very dark and almost like grayish looking. And of course also some, like, again, the black is very risky when it comes to watercolor, like it can ruin a lot of things. But it turned out really well. And this one I did off camera. It's probably like not more than a week old, if even. Just some lemons and water and some leaves. I'm very happy how this turned out. I mean, there are like, if there is a part that I'm the least happy with, it's the leaves. And also, again, maybe I could have been a little bit more patient, but around, like, you can see with some of the outlines of the lemons, it's not as crisp, and you can tell how it was bleeding into like the blue and the yellow. And then I basically like tried to remove those spots, which is why they are a little bit lighter. You can kind of tell where sort of, yeah. Oh, and this one you can also kind of tell, like, I literally like painted over, which doesn't work in watercolor, at least not as well, like painting over the already established lemon with a leaf, but you can see it through, obviously, which again shows you that it's watercolor. Like, it's not, you know, great at covering up things. And yeah, here also not as cleanly done, the leaves, but yeah, I think it's pretty alright. I'm very happy with it, actually. And yeah, I think that is basically it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's rather short, and it's just me showing you all of the water paintings that I did, watercolor paintings. And yeah, here a final look at the last one. And then stay excited for the next video, and I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.